a lot of people from Ukraine, a lot of Asians, a lot of Afghanistani and immigrants coming into this country, and they don't deal with the same, you know what I'm saying, issues. How does that part of things make, you know what I'm saying, affect you?
Yeah, I feel like it's very personal. When you have everyone coming here for what's considered the American dream, but you only pick on one specific race and one specific location of where, if you're Mexican, I absolutely hate you, and if you're Mexican and you look this color or you look this way, then your dream is not valid, but this white person's dream is valid, or this lighter person's dream is valid. It feels very personal, and it feels very, very traumatizing that by the skin color or where you were born, like you no longer kind of deserve this like humane respect. That's very tough. That's the reason why a lot of our Mexican brothers and sisters live in fear for ages. A lot of them pass away from undiagnosed diseases because just by us looking Mexican, just by us having Mexican names, showing up to the hospital, to clinics, to bus stops, like that automatically gives us a disadvantage that unfortunately kills us in the long run. Whether it's mental health issues. A lot of our people suffer from really bad mental health issues because if you're in a classroom and you're Mexican, you're instantly looked as uneducated. If you're speaking Spanish at a grocery store, you're gonna get looked at to make sure you're not stealing something, that you're not, when Trump called us all rapists, like that in of itself is so inhumane. And you kind of see him go to these people to send back criminals, but yeah, we have shootings in schools every single other day, and a lot of them are white, but it's because they're white that we're not doing something about it. But then you have Mexicans who, after the Lake and Riley Act that was just passed at the federal level, if you get accused, not even sentenced, if you're accused of a crime, you can be like instantly deported and detained. That's if I'm walking down the street and someone says, hey, she stole something from the gas station. I didn't necessarily have to steal it. I can be taken in and I can fully be deported. So that in of itself is targeted, it's inhumane, it's unjust. And I think that Trump hates Mexicans because I feel like he sees the power that Mexicans hold, and he sees how much Mexico helps this country, and I think he wishes that this country could run without Mexicans, and he wants to prove that Mexicans don't really hold the power. But I think he knows that a lot of Mexicans, like I said, grow your crops, run your businesses, and have a lot of very, very educated people, and that's why he's scared, and that's why he targets us. But we're here, and I think we're not going to go anywhere. We have too many deep-rooted just passion for this country, and a lot of us love this country. We can, as much Mexican as we are, like, we are thankful to this country. I'm thankful for the health insurance, for instance. That's something that my parents would have never been able to get in Mexico, for the education that I received, for the privileges that I've gotten in this country. So we don't hate this country. We love this country. We just want to be able to be a part of it, and we want to be able to get taken serious and to, live a healthy lifestyle without being scared every single day of whether or not we're worthy of being here. You don't have to be an attorney, you don't have to be an engineer to deserve everyday rights. Like, you can just be someone that sells fruit outside of this building, and you still deserve to get treated like a human, not even a citizen, a human. Humanity is being lost with Donald Trump as president. We are, no longer getting looked at as whether or not we're human. It's, what do you have to offer to this country, and are you worthy enough to be here? And that completely, I feel like, as much as he claims, to fear God, and I think that's bullshit, because God would be so disappointed in him and everybody else that thinks that only a certain amount of people deserve to be here.
Yeah, let's go. Shalom, shalom, Israel. You know what I'm saying? Around taking the truth. Follow up, you know what I'm saying? Edition. You know what I'm saying? We back. We back live at it. You know what I mean? Holding it down. Myself, Priest Officer Ashai. You know what I'm saying? Officer MAPATAZA here as well. You know what I'm saying? We back for another live show. You know what I'm saying? We was on a brief intermission last week, but we, you know what I'm saying, we back at it again. You know what I'm saying? Holding down the round table of truth to follow up. You know what I'm saying? Hosted by the AHSH, under Commander General Yahama. of course, you know what I'm saying, but we've been teaching the truth since 1969, man. Based out of 1 West 125th Street in Harlem, New York. You know what I mean? But we're going to be bringing out topics today. Big up to Captain Marvel Quad, the host of the Round Table of Truth, you know what I'm saying, allowing us to hold this special edition every week. You know what I'm saying? When we go over topics that's not touched on the podcast every Friday, you know what I'm saying? Be sure if you're not, you know what I'm saying, watching the podcast on Friday at 8 p.m. until, and make sure you tune in to Captain Marvel Quad and all of his hosts that runs a spectacular podcast where they go over, I mean, exclusive topics that's going on in the earth today. Exclusive topics, and things that we need to be talking about in the Black, Hispanic, and Native American community, man. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to hold it down today, man. Big ups to everybody that's going to be joining us, man. You know what I'm saying? Any questions, any comments you got, definitely put it in the chat. You know what I'm saying? And we're going to get it in, man. You know what I'm saying? We got another edition. I believe this was like the fourth one, right?
Come sir.
You know what I'm saying? We getting it in, man. We're going to keep this going, man. Like, we have to show face. We got to get out here. We got to be on the net every chance we get, because you see Donald Trump, he having a live press damn near every week, every couple days a week. He's out there trying to push his tactics to keep America going. You know what I'm saying? It brings America, what he say, back to the place that it was once at. You know what I'm saying? So that's why we got to be able to do what we do, we got to do the Lord's will. You know what I'm saying? And bring the kingdom of heaven back into play. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we here to do. You know what I'm saying? Right here on the Round Table of Truth. You know what I'm saying? The follow up of this. You know? So we, of course, just like every week, we got some videos lined up, some things that you need to see. You're gonna want to see these things. You're gonna want to hear about what we got lined up today. Father, you got anything?
Yeah, I just want to thank y'all for tuning in. Make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe. You know what I'm saying? This is a new YouTube page we got going on. You know what I'm saying? We got haters. You know what I'm saying? Then snatched us down, man. At 6,000 subscribers. You know. You know what I'm saying? You know, Cap wanted us at 10. Help us, you know what I'm saying, push this thing, get to the 10,000 subscribers. Cap won't, you know what I'm saying? Y'all doing that for us. Keep Cap off our behind, because you know what I'm saying? I know y'all don't know, but on the outside looking in. But, you know, when you in here, Cap run this joint with a 9 fist. And when stuff don't get done, he blames us. So you know what I'm saying? Let's push, like, share, subscribe, you know what I'm saying? Comment, ask questions. You know what I'm saying? Just help us push this thing. You know what I'm saying? Tell other people about it. This is what I do and like to do on Tuesdays and Fridays in my free time. You know what I'm saying?
What better is it to do to get online in front of the world and tell your people what's going on in the world, man? Like what's happening? Ain't nothing better than that. You know what I'm saying? You got all type, comedians, they do their thing. You got people with podcasts, with relationship podcasts. You got all those things going on, and they got their lane. You know what I'm saying? But the best thing for our people, the most crucial thing for our people to really understand is the fate of this world. And that's the point of why we have these podcasts, AHSH and Care, Commander Jimmy Holland, to push this truth. You know what I'm saying? To show you these videos and give you the biblical breakdowns and to show you through the eyes of the priest of the Most High why these things are going on in the world. You understand? So that's what we're gonna do today, man. We're gonna show today. You know what I'm saying? Once again, big up to Captain Marvel Quad, man, the host of the Round Table of Truth. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
It's a fantastic job, man. You know what I'm saying? Giving us this opportunity. You know what I'm saying? So no further ado, man. We're gonna hop into this first video, man. We got a good one on the first one. But
no sign of Christ. Let's get it.
The first one is a good one. Let's see, man. Let's see what we got.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all check this out.
Who was working the farm? They were poor. Do you know how much a slave cost back then?
Oh, I wish I was in the land.
No.
So why do you carry that flag?
Because this is my heritage. My family fought to save their farm under this flag.
Who was working that farm?
My family was.
Who was working the farm?
They were poor. Do you know how much a slave cost back then?
What? What? What did he say? He said, "Do you know how much a slave cost back then?" Like, well, you know what I'm saying? Like that's just, we couldn't afford those slaves, so we had to work. You know what I'm saying? And man, it's so heavy with this video. A lot of people will look at it and be like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? You got a white man, he trying to stand up for what he believes in, and he trying to stand up for his family. But you got to listen to people when they talking, man. You got to listen to everything somebody say. He said, do you know how much a slave cost back then? You know the tone that he said that in is like, if we could afford slaves, then you damn right we would have had slaves. We wasn't in a play. We didn't have no, you know what I'm saying, no Negroes that we can afford to buy and work for us. We had to work. That's why he carrying the Confederate flag. You know what I'm saying? And anybody who's not, knowledgeable on the Confederate flag and the so-called Union, that's the reason why white people still hold true to the Confederacy, which is what that flag represents, is because before the Civil War, it was, two different sections of the country, so to speak. You had the Union, which was the so-called North of America. Then you had the South, which was the Confederacy, where it was the bulk of slaves working on fields and, growing the South up. So the North looked at it like they missing out on the opportunity. They want a part of that shit. They want, a piece of the pie, so to speak. So in order to do that, they want the war. They want the war. And the Confederate reason why he holding so true, and why he sticking up for his family so much, is because he's saying, man, they came and took our niggas away from us. They took the slaves away from us, and they took them up north, and we had to fight even harder after the slaves had left. You know what I'm saying? And this in 2025. So if he like this in 2025, if he got this type of intensity about this in 2025, imagine his ancestors when the Civil War was going on. That's how the KKK was ruled. The KKK was ruled off of men like this, his grandfathers, his great-great-grandfathers being angry about the Union coming to want to combine the country and take away slaves from being in the South and send them all over. You know what I'm saying? And he is a representation of that in 2025. You know what I'm saying? He said, you know how much a slave was back then? Like he knew. He talking like he was back then. Like he was there. He wasn't there. So he don't even know how much a damn slave was. But it's a good question to ask. You know what I'm saying? But this is what you should think about when you watch a video. I'm gonna play it one more time and let it synchronize in your mind what he is so energized for. Let's listen.
Oh, I wish I was in the land.
No.
So why do you carry that flag?
Because this is my heritage. My family fought to save their farm under this flag.
Who was working that farm?
My family was.
Who was working the farm?
They were poor. Do you know how much a slave?
This is a black man talking to this white boy, right? This is a black brother that's confronting this so-called white man, you know what I'm saying, on this Confederate flag. And this is why, if you are so-called black, Hispanic, and Native American Indian, you should seek the AHSH in the Command of Junior High, the Israelite School of University of Practical Knowledge. Why? Because you be trained how to handle yourself in this society. You can know how to confront the so-called white man, what questions to ask. And you ain't got to be asking why he carrying this flag and trying to make him seem guilty about being an American. They're going to be the best American that they can be. You got to understand in your mind what it means to be you, who it is to be you. And that's the problem with our people, you know what I'm saying? But back to it. Why is he carrying this flag? That's because Trump has ignited a fire under white people that was desolate in times past. You know what I'm saying? And now videos like this is showing you the true intent, the true character of the so-called white man. You know what I'm saying? When you see things like this in 2025. You got anything?
Man, you already know. And at the end of the day, everybody knows what this flag stands. That's the whole reason the brother confronted him. Because you know what I'm saying, dude, you know, the heathen, he on here, Esau on here talking about his family fought to save a farm under a flag. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, do you know how many blacks was killed because white people wanted to represent that same flag?
Holding that flag.
Hold that flag. You know what I'm saying? When we was hung, and still to this day, you go to them sundown towns, they ride with that flag on the back of their F-150s.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? When niggas hung in Mississippi and all over the country, this the flag they got in their car and they pickup trucks. You know what I'm saying? That flag, what that flag represents is death to Israelites, blacks and Hispanics, and Native Indians all over around the country. You know what I'm saying? Even to say, I'd rather him just kept it real. You know what I'm saying? I represent this flag because this is what I stand for. You a farm, you know what I'm saying? You know, you fought to save your farm under this flag. What the hell do that even mean? You other races help you save your farm that represented this? Like what is that supposed to mean? You know what I'm saying? I'm at a stand. I'm stuck on that one. I'm trying to see. Go ahead.
The white man is the devil, the Bible speaks of.
No doubt.
I'm gonna tell you why. This flag is the Confederate flag.
Most definitely.
And the Confederate flag was founded by the same people who constructed the Trail of Tears against the Native American Indians. Those same people who founded the Confederate flag had the Native Americans walking thousands of miles across the country to leave one land and go all the way to the west of it. And that's how that flag was founded back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the deceit of the white man. In his eyes, he said, I'm standing for something. I'm standing for my people, my country, a country that your people stole, a country that your people killed people for, a country that your people raped, robbed, and did all type of atrocities.
That's it.
Excuse me. That's it. Lies. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is what he's not even interpreting because of what's running through his veins, man. The so-called white man, they don't have a soul enough to understand I shouldn't hold the Confederate flag because this flag was the same flag being held up while slaves was being murdered and unalive and assaulted. SA. That same flag he's old. He don't have that mental capacity. That's because he's the devil that the Bible speaks of. And what the devil do, they only seek to do one thing. You know what I'm saying? That's to destroy you, black man, Hispanic man. Yeah, they ain't always going to tell you that. But if you read between the lines long enough, if you watch classes and you get breakdowns enough of these people, of this land, then you would understand when you see videos like this. Let's play one more time. We can be done with this one. Let's add something else.
No, I just wanted to, and that flag is a form of white supremacy. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. That flag, you know what I'm saying?
Charlie Kirk might as well have that flag.
Most definitely.
Come on,
most definitely. And you know what? The guess what? You know what else? I'm gonna get a little bit heavier into it. That is free pass from the police. The police see these flags in these towns and be like, oh, he one of ours. Let him go. Because the same police that
pride.
Yeah.
Pride. He loves this country.
You know what I'm saying? And they could have a body in the back of that in the back of that truck. You know what I'm saying? Or a brother that's tied up and gagged and finna go hang. But because they got that flag, the police won't even pull them over, speeding and all. You know what I'm saying? Police give him a pass. You know what I'm saying? And they know him, and they know most of the police in those type of towns personally.
And they know that they got guns in the car. They know that they probably got some methamphetamine in the car. They know they criminals. They know they criminals. These white boys like this, they are criminals, man. And they are drug addicts, man. This is the white trash set of white people. The people that, so-called, they on a lower scale, so they feel like they got to fight for the only thing they got is their country that they stole. You know what I'm saying? So we done with this.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
This next is even better.
Yeah, and that flag is the reason why you got 75% of black people locked up instead of 75% of white people being locked up. That flag.
Come on, man.
Salaki, go ahead.
No, you too wild, man. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna move on to this next video, man. Make sure y'all tuning in, man. Drop some comments in the chat. You know what I'm saying? Let us know you in the building. You know what I mean? This show right here is, an interactive show. You know what I'm saying? We want to get the experience of whoever watching, what y'all take on these videos and everything of that nature. You know what I'm saying? So let's go ahead pull the next clip.
No sign cry.
The features of a black person's nose, and because we stole Egypt and all of their technology, we had to break the nose off. It's what we do best, whitewashing. Some other things that come to my mind, other than batteries and electricity being stolen from the Egyptians, Jesus was sold for 30 pieces of silver. That was also coincidentally the most amount of money a black slave could be traded for back in Roman times. Have you ever wondered how Jesus or a Jew or some Hebrew person walked into a town and everyone knew right away that they were Jewish? How do you know someone's religion? Just by looking, because they're black people. It's that simple. Have a mind, grow a brain. Dude, Kanye was right. Crucifixion itself was a torture method reserved for the slave class, black people in Rome. You think they were doing that to white people? Oh, did you know all the gladiators were black too? Oh, Spartacus. It wasn't a white dude. All those black names in the Bible. Zechariah, Jeremiah, Ezekiel, Enoch, Isaiah. We can do this a long time. We really can. It's the entire Bible. It's a black history book. It's a black history book. Oh, yeah. And why does the...
Hold on, man. What did he just say?
Oh, yeah.
Salaki. What did he say?
Well, look, sir, Salaki, the thing you got to understand is all them subscribers that we get on YouTube and Facebook and Instagram, they ain't all Israelites. These devils, they subscribing too, and they learn it too. And the thing is, it ain't even that they learn it because they already know. The only people who don't know who the Israelites are the Israelites. You know what I'm saying? It's when you see white people doing this, they playing for their crumb in the kingdom.
Yeah, I was thinking the same.
You know what I'm saying?
They trying to escape judgment.
Exactly.
This you can't. You're gonna get judged. I appreciate, you know what I'm saying, this white man having some type of decency and, you know what I'm saying, some type of life in him to understand something. You know what I'm saying? So many white people just they just a walking skeleton because they don't have a soul. You know what I'm saying? They just living this life and enjoying all the benefits of slavery. But a white boy like this, man, he has some type of psychology to actually tell us, white people, they are, I mean, excuse me, black people is the Israelites. You know what I'm saying? Zechariah is a black man name. You know what I'm saying? Like the men in the Bible were black. We've been saying this since 1969.
That's
now when a black man said he get, look, how many likes he got on his page? He got 200-some thousand likes. We say this daily. MAPATAZA. Excuse me. We say this
most
daily. Now he said one time he turned up. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy.
And a lot of them likes coming from black people because they just like to hear white people big up black people. It's like a black people teaching you your history. That's nothing. That's he go with this uppity black stuff.
He don't know nothing.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
He might be on to something, but I don't know. A white man saying, wow.
And that's because of Christianity. Because when they look at that white man big up in you, they thinking of that image of white Jesus saying the same thing. That's what they look at him as, white supremacy. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
It's a real thing.
Exactly.
KKK, burn crosses. Thought you guys were Christian. This is another video for black people. The Sphinx, the nose, it's like broken off. That's because it had a black nose, like the features of a black person's nose. And because we stole Egypt and all of their technology, we had to break the nose off. It's what we do best, whitewashing. Some other things that come to my mind.
Oh, yeah.
No, I'm just saying, like
it's hilarious to hear a white man tell the truth.
You know what I'm saying?
It's almost funny.
And the thing is, what's even so much heavier about the video is he a devil. You know what I'm saying? And he know the truth and he putting the truth out there. But soon as that camera went off, he went right back to hate niggas. He hate niggas. It just because he hate niggas as well. You know what I'm saying? He went right back to his white supremacy. He went right back to eating with the silver spoon. He went right back to the Confederate flag on the back of his F1, his Ford F-150. You know what I'm saying? He went back to white America.
Enjoying life.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying?
Benefits of being white today.
Exactly. He would never take on the struggles of a black man. Ever.
It's impossible. You know what I'm saying? It don't got nothing to do with his skin color. It ain't got nothing to do because he's a white boy who looks like Dexter's Laboratory. It's because of his blood was in him, who he come from. You know what I'm saying? He come from a line of Esau in the Bible. You know what I'm saying? The enemy of God. You know what I mean? So for him to be coming out here telling the truth is really, he's turning against his nation by saying this truth, because black people can look at this and be like, wow, really? You know what I'm saying? Because the respect our people have grown for the so-called white man today, they can look at this and why you like you were saying, MAPATAZA, he get all of these likes, majority of them gonna be from black people. Because he's doing what? He's bigging up black people, letting them know who they are according to the Bible. You know what I'm saying? Letting you know that black people are you know what I'm saying, the Bible is black history. Like I ain't never heard a white man say that, man.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? That's a heavy thing to do. You know what I'm saying? But in that being so heavy, he's turning against his nation, because Donald Trump would never say that. Charlie Kirk would never say that. In fact, Charlie Kirk was just compared to Jesus Christ himself. You know what I'm saying? And just like the devil was saying, this is whitewashing, trying to turn, the people of the Bible and make them look white, like you see in all of the movies and all of the entertainment. Moses being white, all of Jesus Christ being white. You know what I'm saying? That's a tactic of war to make you think that your people are subjugated under this people because they are the people of God. You know what I'm saying? That's a tactic. And by him saying the things that he's saying, he's an enemy of his own people. You know what I'm saying? Because he can, by doing this, can enlighten so-called blacks and Hispanics and Native American Indians. You know what I'm saying? To coming back to who they are. You know what I mean? And that's the nature of the white man. They don't know how to run the kingdom. They don't know what to do. They don't know what they're doing. Do you see the president of the United States? He's a clown. He gets up there so unprofessional. If anybody didn't tune in, please go and watch the spectacle that was showed over this weekend. I believe
Was that in the White House, right?
What I'm not 100% sure if it was in the White House, but it was in I believe it was like in some type of stadium, the Charlie Kirk Memorial Service.
Oh, okay.
Charlie Kirk Memorial Service was held in a stadium like he was such a monumental figure. Meanwhile, I ain't never seen a black man that was a political activist for America get a presidential, the president to be hugging his wife, consoling his wife. I've never seen that. You know, I'm not saying that we need that, but that's not a spectacle that you would see. But yeah, Donald Trump was consoling the wife of Charlie Kirk, and like he was such a powerful man. Charlie Kirk was nothing more than a so-called white man that pushes America and that pushes the hate and the mistreatment against so-called blacks and Hispanics in America. That's all it was. A tool.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
You know, the thing why America is so hurt about Charlie Clerk is because what Charlie Clerk represents to America is the hate that he had for blacks and Hispanics. That's exactly what he represents. And these are all the people, because you know what I'm saying, a lot. He's been mourned by what? Doctors, teachers, lawyers, judges. He's been mourned by the white supremacy that's in positions that can't voice what he could voice. Right. And that's why they stand behind him, because everything they would like to get on Facebook Live and say and can't say, Charlie Kirk did it for him. That's why they are mourning Charlie Kirk so much right now in America.
And he had the courage to say George Floyd, he didn't die from a knee on his neck. He died from fentanyl. He had the gall to say that on live TV. He had the gall to say that George Zimmerman was hunted by Trayvon Martin, even though Trayvon Martin was unalived by George Zimmerman. You know what I'm saying? A 16-year-old boy. Who? Come on, man. He had the gall to say that. And the representation of what we're watching in this video, this so-called white man say, and men like Charlie Kirk, who's against their own nation, or who's in the political atmosphere and tearing two, weighing more on one side rather than the other, is a representation that a nation that's, has two sides, Republicans and Democrats and left wing, right wing, and you got these people who feel this way about the country, these people who feel this way, and you got the neutral who feel this way. It's a representation that a nation that's separated like that is destined to fail. This is what you need to understand, black man. Don't ever look up to a country that's destined to fail. Everybody can see that, and it's biblical. We're going to show you in the Bible. You got that scripture?
Yeah, come on.
If you could, get that for me, man.
Matthew 12 and verse 25.
This is the representation of every black man who said something that you believe to be conscious of it. You know what I'm saying? Man, it's an argument between America. This white man feel this way. This white man feel this way. We're going to show you in the Bible where Christ broke that down. Go ahead.
Matthew 12, verse 25. Mm-hmm. And Jesus knew their thoughts and said unto them, Every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation.
Read that again.
Every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation.
The kingdom of America, which it is a kingdom today, is divided against what?
It's divided against itself.
It's divided against itself. Anytime you have a Democratic, Republicans, and then on top of that, you have the right wing, you have the left wing. What the hell is that, man? You already got the political status of
Structure,
America. Right. Then on top of that, you throw the right wing and the left wing, you know what I'm saying, in the mix with political activists. You know what I'm saying? That type of structure is not what we stand on as black and brown people. That's why we can't listen and try to embrace America in its structure, because it's not meant for us. Go ahead.
In every city or house divided against itself shall not stand.
It shall not what?
Stand.
This is what you need to understand, man. When you seeing so-called white men being against other white people and being against things that the white man has taught, because what this devil is saying in this video is he's going against things that's taught in school. He's going against things that's taught in church that the white man created. You know what I'm saying? He's going against doctrines that the white man has created and that has fueled America for so many years. He's going against that stuff. So that's a division. And the Lord says something about that, man. I'm telling you, man, this Bible is your blueprint, black man. And this one thing that you can understand. When a so-called white man tells you the truth about something in the Bible and tells you something about black people, man, I'm telling you, you better understand that the so-called white man is a devil. And he only does things that he can gain from. You know what I'm saying? But you as a black, Hispanic, and Native American Indian, you need to do what's best for you and what's best for your nation, because that's all they're doing. You know what I'm saying? And the best thing to do is to come together as a nation. You know what I'm saying? We can't be divided like the so-called white man has divided himself and his nation. We need to be one nation. That means blacks can't be against Hispanics. Blacks can't be against Native Americans. We can't be thinking that we are separate people. That's tactics that the so-called white man has put upon us. We have to, and the main reason is when we do those things, when we have a separate nation like that, we are defenseless. We're defenseless to our enemies. You ever heard of the saying called divide and conquer? That's what's happened to us as a people. You know what I mean? You can drop that, unless you have anything else. Is some more on that?
Verse 26, probably the meat of it.
Well,
it's the same thing. It's saying the same thing. If Satan, Matthew 12 and 26, and if Satan cast out Satan, he is divided against himself.
That's exactly what we're watching with him. We're watching this so-called white man. Basically, when you tell the truth, you casting out Satan. Because why? We already know, according to the Bible, that Satan is the father of lies, according to John chapter 8, verse 44. He fathered lies. So when this white man is telling the truth towards white people, he is being an enemy to his own people. He's casting out his own self. And you know that's not going to, what the scripture say.
Which one? The one I just got.
26.
If Satan cast out Satan, he is divided against himself.
He's divided against his own people. You know what I'm saying? That's what you can take away from something like this. You can take away, don't be like the white man and divide against your own brothers and sisters. You know what I'm saying? Be a part of a nation that's unbreakable. Man. So let's we got a couple minutes left, man. We got this one last clip, man. And this one last clip is so pivotal of a reason why we need to be together as a people. Why we need to not want to join with America and be amongst these people spiritually and trying to be a part of their culture. We want to show you why. Ready to start it up?
Come on, so let's get it.
Pull this up.
I mean, damn, 33 miles and Cracker Barrel? We already know the things that come behind them. Now she get done with the interview. Immediately she called her mom right after. So she stepped outside. And then she told her mom like she don't think that the interview went well. It was a bad vibe. And that she was gonna go back inside to use the bathroom. You know the fact that she about to get on the road and drive 33 miles. Not only that though, y'all, she did to her mama. Dude who did interview her, John Gacy, was asking her unsettled, uncomfortable questions, asking about her COVID-19 vaccination and if she an organ donor. So after hours passed, her mama is freaking out. She called and started looking for her daughter. But listen though, y'all, when the police get there, they look on the camera and they see her walking in the building, walking into the bathroom, but never come out. Now this when the story get good, but crazy at the same time. Y'all, Keanu Reeves have been found 900 miles away from her crib, alive. She was found roped and duct taped in the back of a refrigerator delivery van heading to Lopez Foods in Oklahoma. Now listen up, this is in black and white. He said this is a major meat supplier for McDonald's. This how you know she was covered in love, you hear me? The state police had pulled him over for a tail light that was out. And that's when they discovered her. They did find her disoriented, but they did rush her immediately to the hospital. They did say she back in stable conditions and she getting the right treatment. Now the driver, 50-year-old Daniel Martinez, was arrested on the scene. He will be facing kidnap charges. Now he don't have no record, right? But he said that he was just making the regular routine meat delivery, that he never knew that she was in the back of the van. I don't know, y'all. Seemed a little weird. How did she move across state lines like that so quick and nobody don't know nothing? He was in the back of a van? Fuck out of here. So I am glad, y'all, she is back home with her family, and she's safe. Go to yourself. Oh, hell no. Cracker Barrel, what the fuck? Keanu Reeves drive 33 miles away.
What we got, partners?
Well, this is just another form of the devil being the devil. You know what I'm saying? Evidently, according to what he's saying, the sister was pretty much set up on a false interview, and the interviewer had to know what was going on. He asking her about COVID-19 and vaccinations and organ donors. You know what I'm saying? Because what we got to understand is organs being sold on the black market is real. Yeah. These devils out here, these Esau, he trying to look for a way to live longer. Have you ever heard the story about the devil who had like 6-7 heart transplants?
Yeah, he was a doctor.
Yeah, so he had like 7-8 heart transplants trying to stay alive. Where did you get 8 hearts from? A black person can't. We on the list. We on the heart transplant list. 7-8 years. We died on the heart transplant years, and he didn't had 8-9 of them.
I heard of a devil that worked for. I don't know if it was a sperm bank. I'm gonna let you continue, but I don't know if you worked for a sperm. He was a doctor that had like 7-8 kids because women was coming to get inseminated to have a baby, and he was putting his sperm. He was putting his sperm in.
That's crazy.
So he had about 7 kids. They didn't even know that he was the daddy.
That's crazy. Now that is nuts.
I was just a little side. You know what I'm saying?
But no, man, this go on all over the world. You know what I'm saying? Organs being sold. If that police officer wouldn't have pulled that truck over, we'd have never heard from the sister again.
That was the Lord.
Her body, most definitely, her body would have been dumped in the ocean somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Ate by sharks, never heard of again. You know, and all her organs. And the thing is, if y'all realize, they target black people for their organs because of who we are. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If white people had the same blood, even though our blood is red, it's not the same blood. You know what I'm saying? We got a different, you know, that melanin is different. You know what I'm saying? And they trying to use us to live longer.
Hey,
You know,
hitting on something real heavy right now. You hitting on something so heavy. It's a lot.
go ahead, please.
The damn, you know, so-called black women and Hispanic women is known for having the highest rate of abortions in America. And where you think them fetuses are going? Where you think them fetuses going? You think they just throwing them in the garbage? They
Man,
just throwing this fresh fetus, this innocent, this fetus that hasn't been touched in phase. They just throwing it in the term of disposing of it. No, the white man is the devil. The devil is going to use everything that he can to destroy you. And that is, man, that's a whole nother topic. But I think you just had me thinking about that because it's a whole documentary on how they are using fetuses to these rich white people are using fetuses to, you know, make them live longer. Going off what you were saying. You know what I'm saying? They putting the blood from the fetus, all the particles from the fetus into their skin, into their blood, to try to make them live longer and make them look better at an older age. You know, white people, they look 60 by the time they 30.
man, for real.
You
They
know
age horribly.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? And just you speaking on that, I wouldn't be surprised if they had some little spot where they take the fetus and make sure it keep growing until a certain age, and you know, got them in tubes or something like that, a big human tube, that it growed up, and then they take it. You know what I'm saying? That's of course that's. But then again, it ain't far fetched with the devil.
Not at all.
You know what I'm saying? It ain't far fetched with the devil. You know what I'm saying? Take your baby up out of you, and take your baby out of you, and make sure it keep growing somewhere else. And you got to think how many abortions are black women committing a year?
Over 200,000, if not more.
Yikes! Since the 70s?
That's feeding them.
Yeah, that's
like a
that's
vampire.
yeah.
You think vampires is fake and stuff, but spiritually, vampires is real, man. The white man is a vampire that's sucking the blood of so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans
To stay alive.
to stay alive. Literally, that's what they do. Watch Blade, man. That's real life, man. You gotta have a spiritual mind. You know what I mean?
Real shit. I mean, Salaki, real talk. You know what I'm saying? Especially like with the story that this brother just brought out. Like, how often do they actually catch the? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You don't know. That's very, 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 very rare.
What's going on? We don't know.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Then this and then you not gonna pull a damn string over because the brother just said this truck was supposed to be going to a McDonald's. So you can look at the McDonald's like, oh, they taking burgers and you know whatever to the, you know what I'm saying. So just so happened this thing had, and the brother could have been telling the truth. You know what I'm saying. It was a Hispanic driving. The brother could have been telling the truth, like, man, I'm just doing my regular meat delivery. I ain't knowing what's here. Oh, you know, they just hooked the thing up to my truck and I go drop it back off. I don't load it. You know what I'm saying? And now they charged him with this. You know what I'm saying? Trying to put it off on him, like man, the white man is the devil. The Bible speaks of our oppressor. And he didn't have another devil driver. He ain't gonna throw his own under the bus. You know what I'm saying? he got one of our brothers driving. You know what I'm saying? So just in case anything goes wrong, yeah. America hates Hispanics anyway. You see what they doing to him. So it ain't gonna be nothing for them to put this on him and charge this brother and keep him in jail 50 years for something he knew nothing about.
If I could, just a plug, we got footage coming out on the Round Table of Truth. We got footage coming out with Officer AHSH, Officer 1000 AHSH, and myself. We went to a ICE detention center last night. We got interviews and we got the ICE agents completely suppressing and oppressing, protesters. You know what I'm saying? They were at a building that was boarded up, you know what I'm saying, with a gate surrounding it with barbed wire on top of the gate. You know what I'm saying? Like it was strict criminals they were holding. But meanwhile, it was so-called immigrants that was being held in this building. We got footage coming tonight. Make sure you tune in to all of the Round Table of Truth pages that we'll be doing tonight, man. Y'all get with that, man. Let's go continue.
Most High in Christ. I just wanted to pull this scripture real quick. You know what I'm saying? And this things like this, it's in the scriptures. It tells you who the white, you know, who our oppressor is. You know what I'm saying? And what they do to us continually to this day. And these records was written what 3,000 years ago, over 2,000 years ago. You know what I'm saying? I'm in Lamentations 4:8, verse 18.
Start at 17.
Yeah, we could.
Lamentations chapter 4, verse 17. As for us, our eyes has yet failed for our vain help. In our watching, we have watched for a nation that could not save us.
Man, that mean the people we look to for help, the people who we look to for guidance, they ain't gonna imagine asking the people for help. The you know what I'm saying? The white man will never give you the solution because he benefits off you being in this position.
Right.
And you think he's gonna give you the recipe for you to get out of it?
Right.
That, like, what sense do that make? You know what I'm saying? That's just like us with a business. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Our remedy, our recipe is working to a T. We making big bucks off this business by doing it how we doing it. And all of a sudden we say, you know what? Let's just switch it up. We're gonna do it this way. Right. For what? Why we trying to fix something that's not broken? Right. So of course the white man not gonna give you the remedy or the recipe or the conclusion of, you know what I'm saying, for you to get out of a situation that he benefits off you being in. Right. Because right now, I'm gonna tell you like this: the white man don't want you independent. He wants you dependent on him. That's why he gives you food stamps. He gives you housing. He owns all the clothing stores. You know what I'm saying? That's why he do it, because he wants you dependent on him. You know what I'm saying? Even when it come to businesses, your application get looked over. You know what I'm saying? The brother was just bringing out some not too long. He say, man, it was a bro. I forgot where he was, but I saw a video. I think I shared it to the round table, and the brother went up in there. He say, man, y'all just told over 200 black people that y'all weren't opening up applications for us to open these businesses and stuff. Just 200 black people got denied, and then he was up in there with a whole thing of white people, and they was at a table a little longer than this, like 4-5 white people, and they was interviewing other white people for the same thing that they just told the black people they was denied for. So these people don't want you doing better for yourself. That was the whole reason you was denied reparations. because they knew if they'd have gave you reparations, if think about it, even though that was back then, wasn't the late 1800s when slavery was abolished, you giving people reparations, and then what they gonna do? They gonna pass it down and pass it down and pass it down. Right now, if you'd have gave black people reparations, we'd in our neighborhoods, in every black city in America, it would have been a Rosewood. It would have been a Black Wall Street. You know what I'm saying?
I'll do better if I may.
Go ahead, do your thing.
We would have took over. It wouldn't be no America if we'd have got reparations, and they know that. We get reparations, ain't gonna be no more white people. Why you think they had to drop bombs on Black Wall Street? Because they knew if we give these niggas too much power, they gonna take over. Why you think in the NBA and the NFL, the niggas is on the field running on the court, dribbling the ball, and the white man is up in the nosebleeds watching, getting all of the benefits, because they know if we give these niggas the benefits of what they're working for, they're gonna run this place. They're gonna take over, and they don't want that. They don't want to be ran by black people. Why do you think they made the prophets of God white? They don't want to think that God's men, the people that work for God, is niggas. They don't want that. They want you to think Moses is a white man. Moses split the Red Sea. Why do they want that? They want that because they want you thinking that white people are great, so they can feed themselves. You know, it's like
no, Most High in Christ. That's excellent, and what you just said is right on point. Because now what? Look at the condition of black people in America. You know what I'm saying? They took the chains off our necks and our feet and our arms and our hands, our wrists, and now they put them on our mind.
right.
You know what I'm saying? And how do that? And with chains being on our mind, what do that do? Shit, we gonna this what we gonna do? We gonna set up a plan to where they kill themselves. How we gonna take the man out of the house? How we gonna do that? We gonna offer the woman housing and money every month. But if the man in there, he can't get it. Now what woman you know is gonna not keep herself in a position to keep her kids fed? And you had men that was no jobs and was so you know what I'm saying? Some men just, okay, cool, my wife and my kids straight, I'll leave. Just do y'all, because a man know he could go fend for himself and make it happen. He know his wife, he gonna go still get him some tail. She gonna make some food every damn day anyway. But okay, cool. All I gotta do is gone. Okay, I'll be gone. But you got what? All these men in the streets now. You know what I'm saying? Being oppressed. Now they in the streets, and now what they do? They form things to get together for themselves and stay together. And now what it turned into today in 2025 from the 70s, it turned into a
defenseless woman, man, going to an interview to try to go to work. She's defenseless because no men are protecting her.
Man, I feel like Cap Marquardt now, man. This right here just made me feel like Cap Marquardt. How long do we gotta keep doing this until he say what Cap Marquardt be said? I don't know if I can keep doing this here, man. But no, though, man, and that's what it is, man. And they know with men being on the streets, that's gonna keep slavery going. How is it gonna keep slavery going? Because they on the streets out of fear for themselves. They gonna make sure they don't get a job out there in the streets, so they have to do what? Commit crimes. And that now I could keep my slavery going, because once he commit this crime, I could lock him up, send him to prison, and now he worked for free again anyway. You know what I'm saying? So instead of picking cotton, he gonna go build cars in prison. You know what I'm saying? He gonna go till farms in prison. You know what I'm saying? They just made the out there in California with the wildfires and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? They went and took inmates out of the prisons and made them, you know what I'm saying, go help put. And the thing is, And that's telling you that these people are able to do the job of a fireman.
Right.
But when they get out and try to apply for a fireman's job, you deny it. You know what I'm saying? Because what? An X on your back, but you able to do the work. They know you able to do the work because they went and got you to come do the work out of the prison.
That's another representation of the white man being the devil. They call the prisons a correctional center. What is it called? It's called prison, but it's another term.
Correctional facility.
Correctional facility.
Yeah.
It's supposed to correct your flaw and correct what you did wrong. But in America, it's not a correctional center. I watched some documentaries in countries like Switzerland and all these European countries where if somebody go to jail, they're really rehabilitating these people. They are changing them and giving them a route to really enhance themselves from being a criminal. In America, you enhance to strive to be more of a criminal. You know what I'm saying? They want to push more of you being a criminal once you go to jail. You know what I'm saying? That ain't the nature of a black man to want to be a jailbird and keep going in and out. That's taught. That's a learned behavior that the white man puts in them, man. You know what I'm saying?
And it's crazy that you say that because some of them CEOs, they'll tell you. They like, man, shit, y'all come in here and be mad at us. I ain't put you here. Look, we got all this stuff. Y'all get stronger and faster for you to be a better criminal. Maybe you won't get caught next time. Go out there on the yard and work out and run and play football and basketball. Get in shape of you. Man, you know what I'm saying? And that
on the scripture.
Ditto.
Yeah, verse 18. I don't know if you wanted to wrap it up right there.
Yeah, we could. Let's do verse 18.
Lamentations chapter 4 and verse 18. They hunt our steps.
They hunt our steps. They come up with ways for us to fall, to us to come to their devices, to their vices. You know what I'm saying? They put everything in play for you to fail. You ever heard it's designed for you to fail? This is the design of it. You know what I'm saying? They put you in the worst neighborhoods and the worst areas possible. You know what I'm saying? They give you the drugs. They give you the guns. You know what I'm saying? And say, look here, these drugs, everybody on drugs. If you take them and go sell them, you can make you some money. You can make more money than what you make a week at working a job. They give you the guns. This dude over here selling stuff. He taking money out your pocket, man. Yeah, he go the gun. Everything is by design. Nothing is by chance that this just happened. Why you think they call it manifest destiny? Because this is what they did. They manifested us to be this way. They saying they in control of their own destiny. What they do to control their destiny, make sure blacks and Hispanics are in the worst conditions possible. Keep us poor for them to stay rich and on top.
And the proof of that is in the pudding. Ain't that what they say? The proof is in the pudding. Right here in Chicago. You know what I'm saying? We this is the Round Table of Truth podcast. You know what I'm saying? The follow-up edition where we go over things going on in the whole world. But of course, we based out of Chicago. You know what I'm saying? Right here, if you want to do some research and get some representation and proof of what this brother is bringing out, man, you can look up a story where right here in Chicago, back in the, I believe it was the 70s or 80s, if I'm not mistaken, it was like so-called black people were in Chicago, you know what I'm saying, and wanted to integrate because this was after the civil rights movement. They wanted to join in with white people, and white people didn't want that. White people didn't want to be joined with black people. So what did the mayor of Chicago do? He said, we're gonna build the projects. We're gonna build Cabrini Green. And what happened? He built the Cabrini Greens and built all of them tall project buildings and just stuffed black people in those buildings. And what happened? They didn't take care of those buildings. You know what I'm saying? Things will start to fail and they just let the things fail. Now people are just, in a condition where they have to live, you know what I'm saying, in a home, in a place where it's badly maintained. You know what I'm saying? And that's exactly what he's talking about. Like, they're gonna give you a lane, but that lane is gonna be to destruction, and that's proof. Go look up Cabrini Green. Go look up the projects in Chicago that they recently, some years ago, they torn down. You know what I'm saying? And now they building up. They didn't gentrify it. Now, you know what I'm saying? But it's lucky. I just wanted to throw that information on that point you was making. It was so heavy.
Oh yeah, most definitely, most high in Christ.
Man. But if I could, man, you know what I'm saying? We didn't went over the time, of course. You know what I'm saying? Because we get so much information that we can go over.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Here on the round table, the truth to follow up, man. You know what I'm saying? Big up to the Most High in Christ. You know what I'm saying? Big up to Commander Jimmy Hanna. Big up to Captain Mo Quad, the host of the round table, the truth. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you tune in Friday night at 8 p.m. You know how they get down every Friday night. You know what I'm saying? We trying to give y'all some content, you know what I'm saying, to lead up to Round Table of Truth podcast on Friday night at 8 p.m. You know what I'm saying? Christ. So with that being said, man, we're gonna go ahead and shut it down. Man, make sure y'all tune with us next week. We're gonna be right back at it again. Tuesday, 6 p.m. sharp, man. You know what I'm saying? We're going to Round Table of Truth to follow up on myself and this outstanding priest and officer, MAPATAZA, you know what I mean? We're going to be getting it on, man. Damn, any last words? Yeah, sir, if I could. You know what I'm saying? Like the brother say, make sure to tune in to the Round Table of Truth, you know what I'm saying, podcast Friday. And also tomorrow, you know what I'm saying, we will have Captain of 13,000, Akkad Abarayam, in the building in Chicago, 144 the Rebel, teaching breakdown class tomorrow. It's going to be real heavy. Make sure y'all tune into that, John. You know what I'm saying? And make sure to pay your tithes to the ISUPK, 10% of any increase. If you win $1 on a scratch off, the ISUPK under Commander General Hanna, we want that 10 pennies. You know what I'm saying? we straight up. You know what I'm saying? And you know what? I'm gonna try to see if we can start once we mention ties. It's a video, you know what I'm saying, that I want to play. I'm gonna see if we can play that video. But it's to show you what Command and General Yohana is doing with the tithe money. The brother is building a farm in the Bahamas. Oh yeah. And we got one in Texas as well. You know what I'm saying? The brother, he is making sure when Esau cuts his grocery stores off, that his people still have a way to eat. You know what I'm saying? This is the thing that the man is doing with this tithe money. So he's not like your Christian pastor that's in the Christian church. He's not buying Bentleys and flying private $40 million helicopters and airplanes. You know what I'm saying? The car you drive probably costs more money than the car he got. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I'm saying? And that's just because it takes extreme guts to love your people the way he does. You know what I'm saying? You have a passion to serve the Most High. So man, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna try to get the, even if we don't play it soon, we'll just try to put it on the round table just so y'all can go to it and see. This is what, and that's what we're gonna title. This is what Commanding General Yohana does with tithes money. You know, so you can see that your money ain't going in somebody's pocket and then from their pocket into their belly. Right. You know what I'm saying? That's all I want. So with that being said, man, make sure y'all tune in this Friday night to the Round Table of Truth, 8 p.m. Captain Mo Quad and his whole co-host. You know how they get down, man. It's gonna be another outstanding show, man. ISUPK, man. That's our time. Round Table of Truth. Shalom. What they gotta say back in the shit.
A lot of people from Ukraine, a lot of Asians, a lot of Afghanistani immigrants coming into this country, and they don't deal with the same, you know what I'm saying, issues. How does that part of things make, you know what I'm saying, affect you?
Yeah, I feel like it's very personal, you know, when you have everyone, you know, coming here for what's considered the American dream, but you only pick on one specific race and one specific location of where, if you're Mexican, I absolutely hate you, and if you're Mexican and you look this color or you look this way, then, you know, your dream is not valid, but this white person's dream is valid, or this lighter person's dream is valid. It feels very personal, and it feels very, very traumatizing that by the skin color or where you were born, like you no longer kind of deserve this like humane respect, you know. That's very tough. That's the reason why a lot of our Mexican brothers and sisters live in fear for ages. A lot of them pass away from undiagnosed diseases because just by us looking Mexican, just by us having Mexican names, showing up to the hospital, to clinics, to bus stops, like that automatically gives us, you know, a disadvantage that unfortunately kills us in the long run, you know, whether it's mental health issues. A lot of our people suffer from really bad mental health issues because if you're in a classroom and you're Mexican, you're instantly looked as uneducated. If you're speaking Spanish at a grocery store, you're gonna get looked at to make sure you're not stealing something, that you're not, you know, when Trump called us all rapists, like that in of itself is so inhumane. And, you know, you kind of see him go to these people to, you know, send back criminals, but yeah, we have shootings in schools every single other day, and a lot of them are white, you know, but it's because they're white that we're not doing something about it. But then you have Mexicans who, you know, after the Lake and Riley Act that was just, you know, passed at the federal level, if you get accused, not even sentenced, if you're accused of a crime, you can be like instantly deported and detained. That's if I'm walking down the street and someone says, hey, she stole something from the gas station. I didn't necessarily have to steal it. I can be taken in and I can fully be deported. So that in of itself is targeted, it's inhumane, it's unjust. And I think, I think that Trump hates Mexicans because I feel like he sees the power that Mexicans hold, and he sees how much Mexico helps this country. And I think he wishes that this country could run without Mexicans. And he wants to prove that, you know, Mexicans don't really hold the power. But I think he knows that that a lot of Mexicans, like I said, grow your crops, run your businesses, and have a lot of, you know, very, very educated people. And that's why he's scared, and that's why he targets us. But you know, we're here, and I think we're not gonna go anywhere. We have too many deep-rooted just passion for this country, and a lot of us love this country. You know, we can, as much Mexican as we are, like, we are thankful to this country. I'm thankful for, you know, the health insurance, for instance. That's something that my parents would have never been able to get in Mexico, you know, for the education that I received, for the privileges that I've gotten in this country. So we don't hate this country. We love this country. We just want to be able to be a part of it, and we want to be able to get taken serious and to, you know, live a healthy lifestyle without being scared every single day of whether or not we're worthy of being here. You know, you don't have to be an attorney, you don't have to be an engineer to deserve everyday rights. Like, you can just be someone that sells fruit outside of this building, and you still deserve to get treated like a human, not even a citizen, a human. Humanity is being lost with Donald Trump as president. We are, you know, no longer getting looked at as whether or not we're human. It's what do you have to offer to this country, and are you worthy enough to be here? And that completely, I feel like, as much as he claims, you know, to fear God, and I think that's bullshit, because God would be so disappointed in him and everybody else that thinks that, you know, only a certain amount of people deserve to be here.